Hello everyone, I am Rajesh Kumar Maiti. Welcome to my channel. So this is the very first video which I am making. So today we're going to discuss The Vicar of Wakefield by Oliver Goldsmith. So Vicar of Wakefield is a novel published in 1766 by Oliver Goldsmith. We all know that Oliver Goldsmith was a Anglo-Irish writer and he wrote many important works in transitional period. The transition period which I am referring to is the end of neoclassical period and the beginning of romantic period, and that is the period which we call a transition period, and Goldsmith was a transitional writer. His most famous works are first Vicar of Wakefield is very important and it's very famous novel in English literature. Second is She Stoops to Conquer. It's a very beautiful play. It's a comedy of manners, but it doesn't have that grossness of comedy of manners. It's a very beautiful comedy. Then The Deserted Village. It's a very beautiful poem. If you want to read it, just read it. It's a very beautiful, very rhythmic poem, and it's gives a very different, altogether very different kind of image of a village. And we're going to discuss today. The focus will be on The Vicar of Wakefield by Oliver Goldsmith. I'm going to talk about the context when it was written. That what was the context which made it a very popular novel, we can say. So first of all, I want to discuss about the publication. So Oliver Goldsmith was always in debt. He used to take loans and to live his life, and there was like he was not that much successful in his lifetime, unfortunately, because I feel he's a very good writer. If he have written today, I think he would have been very good and very successful writer, of course. And Oliver Goldsmith was always in debt, and he was a part of a literary circle with Samuel Johnson, Edwin Burke, and others. And Samuel Johnson actually helped Goldsmith to publish this novel. He actually took the manuscript of the novel and just gave it to a publisher, and it was published. And unfortunately, Oliver Goldsmith was not alive at the time to see the I said the success of the novel. Because if you read Routledge's History of English Literature, it says that this novel was mostly read in Victorian times. It's a very influential novel, and also it laid the groundwork for Jane Austen and Charles Dickens with this humor. And Jane Austen also wrote Sense and Sensibility, which is a very famous novel of hers, and this novel was inspiration for her novel Sense and Sensibility, because both the novel are part of same genre, which is sentimental novel. So let's look at the context when it was written. If I talk about the historical context, then this was a time of rise of middle class. In India, if you say right now that we are part of a middle class society, right now I think India, most of the Indian population are middle class. So at that time in England, like we are kind of 300 years behind them. But yeah, at that time in England, middle class was a thing. Like many people were middle class, and people had their business and then losing their money. And at the beginning of the novel, if you see that Dr. Primrose family is very, very we can say is comparatively rich, but they loses money in the novel, and they loses money, and the setting and the condition of them is so realistic, and it could connect people with them, the characters and all the things, that yeah, it did got many popular, like many recognition after it. And unfortunately, as I said, that Oliver Goldsmith was not alive to see that popularity of his novel. Next is economic changes. At that time, the economy was not stable for anyone. People were losing money, gaining money, and Oliver Goldsmith portrayed a family. The titular character, Dr. Primrose, he loses money in the novel, and he also gains money. It is kind of, you will say that Bollywood like happy ending has been given, but the thing, it connected with people. People got to understand the what I would say that it is not if I can say that it's a kind of like Bollywood film. It's of course, but people did connected with it. People do got the connection of the novel with the novel, which I think helped the popularity of the novel. Then I think social mobility and class struggle is also one of the important contexts, as I think that if you see the novel, that social mobility plays a part in the novel. There was an element of social mobility and class structure. If I give a quote from the novel, the quote is the law governs the poor and the rich governs the law. it beautifully justifies what happens today also. I think if you are rich and if you see that case of Maharashtra, that how that person was like given pardon, not pardon, I would say manipulated the case with money. I think that tells you like if you're rich you can manipulate the law. So I think this connection with the society and all the realism in the novel, I feel the realism is such a big part of the novel. I think it makes you feel the novel, and it makes you feel connected with the novel. Another thing is this novel was in kind of inspired by Tristram Shandy by Lawrence Stern. So this novel is a very beautiful novel. If you want to read the summary, please read it. I would not say to read summary. Please take up the novel. It's a 140 pages and it's not long. You would buy it on Amazon and Flipkart. It's only 140 rupees or something. Just take up the novel, read it. It's very good. I think it is, in the beginning you will feel that it's kind of not good, it's not engaging, but as the chapter moves forward you would see that it's a very good novel. And as a literature student, I would suggest everyone to please read the text. I think if you've taken literature, please make sure that you enjoy it. If I say to myself that I was in my graduation, I couldn't enjoy it, but yeah, right now I read the novels. So please read the novel. I think if you want to have detailed analysis of the novel, I would give that, but this was the basic context when the novel was written. Thank you for watching the video. Bye bye.